Hey there, it's Johnny, and it's time to preview Lakeshore Lancer Football with Al Pashoka, your Lakeshore Lancer preview brought to you by our friends at Lazer Graphics. Give them the stuff they want from Lazer Graphics. That's lazergraphics.com, and Laser is with a Z. Al, tough start to the season for the Lakeshore Lancers, now 0-3. What do they need to do to turn things around?
Stop the run. I think we talked about that last week too. A little bit better. They didn't get 400 yards last week. It was about 320. But Portage Central did a nice job just pounding the football, and then they broke a couple of long ones again. So prevent the big, long run, and that'll be job one tonight against Kalamazoo Central. And this is, I'll say this gently, this is not your father's Kalamazoo Central. This is a good football team, and they've got some real good athletes. The last 2 weeks, they've won 55-0 and 48-0. It was Gull Lake and Sturgis, not two of the tougher teams, but this is a Kalamazoo Central team that is much improved. They talked about in the preseason, they're going to make the playoffs this year. This is a team that is focused on a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors. They want to make the playoffs. They run that same offense that Niles runs with the flex bone.
Yep.
And they've got a similar type coach. And I want to give him a shout out too, because Mike Stanger did a great job at Dowagiac. And now he's at Kalamazoo Central. And he has really helped turn that thing around. Much like Scott Shaw has done at Niles, Mike Stanger has done at Kalamazoo Central. And they've kind of simplified things. They've gone to that flex bone, that little Army-Navy option. You better stop the fullback, number one. If you don't stop him, they'll just keep running the fullback all night long.
Yeah, so I guess Coach Thompson in practice probably going to have them hitting the sled a lot more and more, but also maybe playing Red Rover or something like that to not let anybody else get through the line. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what other exercises you can do.
Yeah, a couple of changes they made last week is some of the offensive linemen are now playing what I would call a 1.5. They're playing a little defense too, so a little bit more bulk, a little bit more size up front. That seemed to help against Portage Central. And then Portage Central, once they figured that out, they ran the football wide, got a couple of guys loose going wide. So job one tonight, as always, got to stop the run. And then on offense, get that passing game going. And one of the things I noticed last week was when they were in that 5-wide set, when they had no back in the backfield and they went empty, they were very successful. Scored a couple of touchdowns on that formation. And it's hard to cover 5 guys running down the field.
Right.
But it also means you got less people blocking. So if they bring 6, this is a math problem, then you got a problem up front. So Landon Hall did a nice job kind of avoiding the rush, getting enough time to get the ball downfield.
Yeah, and having that empty backfield, that also leaves you susceptible to a crazy amount of rush. So
Blitz.
coming in and all the blitz that's happening. So so to be able to get the ball out quick, so some quick routes, short routes, those are going to be something that's going to be key if they want to try and do that type of offense.
You got to get it out in 2.5 seconds, because if they're blitzing off the edge and we just don't have anybody there to block it, you just got to get rid of the football.
Yeah.
But we are now. This is an interesting little tidbit for you. We are 12-1 against Kalamazoo Central.
Okay.
And the only loss coming back in 2018. So this is a team that Lakeshore traditionally has handled, but this is a different Kalamazoo Central bunch. And I think year after year, you can talk about these guys, and at that high school with 1,400 kids walking those hallways, if they get them out and get them disciplined and ready to play, they've got a lot of talent there. And Mike Stanger's done a good job getting them out, getting them disciplined where they're not making the silly penalties. And they've had a very good start to the season at 2-1.
Yeah, and discipline is going to be key on the Lakeshore side for sure. And I made the mistake even earlier when I was talking to Brett Witkowski of me looking ahead to the conversation with you. I let the word Lakeshore slip out, and he was like, "Whoa!" But I was thinking of next week. You've got a Lakeshore St. Joe matchup, so even the question comes up is how do you keep the teams focused on this week and not
Right.
looking forward to that and focusing on that rivalry game that they have.
Yeah, no, and I think that's been the key in practice all week is, hey, don't look forward to St. Joe. Kalamazoo Central is going to be plenty tough enough, and we'll have plenty of time to get ready for the Bears.
Absolutely. Looking
Who had
forward
a
to the
great
game.
start. I mean, St.
Oh,
Joe's
yeah.
really looked impressive.
Absolutely. So hopefully Lakeshore can turn it around against Kalamazoo Central, and then look forward to hopefully getting themselves something in the win column would be nice.
Let's
So
get a W. You betcha.
now you'll have the pregame right around 6:45 on 97.5 Wine Country, the app, as well as at 97.5winecountry.com. Looking forward to it. Who's going to be your color? You got Mel.
Mel Grau's back with us this week. We may have a surprise student next week. Hang on, we'll find out. Yeah, Mel's been doing a great job, and 6:45 on 97.5.
All right, Al. We'll talk to you again here next week, man.
Thank you, brother.
Your Lakeshore Lancer football preview brought to you by our friends at Lazer Graphics. Give them the stuff they want from Lazer Graphics. Go to their website, lazergraphics.com. That's laser with